Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew with Derek and Pat.
What's up, guys?
And we are sitting with Habib from the Car Wash, aka Hash. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up?
It's a bad day, man. It's bad for business, for car washing business, huh?
Yeah, it's raining. It's like God already did the work.
Oh,
bad tips too. But okay, so Hash, we're familiar with you, but some people might not be. So can you give us a little bit of background about yourself?
So, my name is Hash. I come from a small town of Oldbridge where everybody knows each other. And Andrew and I was just talking that we kind of like knew the same people.
Yeah.
So
It's like Cheers.
Yeah.
Everyone knows your name.
What was that one guy that walked in and everybody knew that guy?
Everybody knew everybody's name.
I forgot his name, man. It's like
Same the bartender.
No, the chubby guy.
The mailman.
The mailman.
No,
not
the
the
fat
mailman.
guy.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Forgot
about.
his name.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Everyone knows his name but us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've always watched wrestling,
Okay.
and after high school, I didn't know what I was doing. Went into school blindly and chose business as my major, and I was like, it's not my business. Like, what am I doing? And then started doing teaching, and then I was like, I really want to be a pro wrestler. So I looked into schools, and like, I went into Ace once, and I was going to start training there. It was going to happen. And I was going to train my former tag team partner. I would help give them front the money for my former tag team partner as well. So we were going to go in collectively because that was the plan. It was going a tag team. But once, I don't know what happened. Like I just got hurt randomly, and it just didn't want to, do anything at that moment. I was going through rough times, and then a lot of stuff personally happened with my sister being not terminally ill. I'm sorry, she was almost she had cancer, and I had to donate my bone marrow to her. Kind of, it was stem cell research, all this other jazz. It was really weird for me. So once all that panned out, I was like, all right, I got my associates in liberal arts, which was because of the business courses, and then also education because I wanted to be a teacher. And I just, was like, forget it. I have some money. Let me just drop it and, start training now. So I started training in 2011, the end of 2000, when Sandy hit, I believe. Or that was 2012, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was 2012 into, that was November 2012.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So once that happened, yeah, I don't remember. It was around that time.
Yeah. It was a shitty week.
All I remember is I joined the school. 2 weeks later, Sandy ruined everything.
Yeah.
And then, I just remember having very hard time, and I was still, even when I'm doing something I love, and I remember getting in the, I got in the ring, and I just. My former partner, Christian, going back to him, first class Chris Dixon, he started 3 months before I did. We both went to the orientation for Pat Buck's school at the time. It was that promotion we will not be naming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, once Pat and we were very interested. Christian joined. He did the 3 months. He was like, "Yo, dude, this shit's hard. We gotta do 500 squats." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm not ready for this shit."
Yeah.
So I tried to train him. He was teaching Christian on the side, taught me how to lock up correctly. Taught me how to I already kind of knew that from watching, but what he learned, he was kind of passing me, that day, it was kind of cool. But, it was only, he was, what can a baby teach another baby?
Yeah.
Just babbling and stuff. So, finally, I joined, and, 3 months later, I was like, fuck this, I want the real, can I curse?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to join, so I joined, and I locked up with Kevin Matthews, and he was like, have you trained before? I'm like, no, and he's like, you sure? He's like, lock up with me again. We did it again, and, instantly, I think Kevin and I bonded ever since then. So
okay,
he was, he was he's the main guy that gives me motivation and helps me with social anxiety problems and stuff. And
you
Yeah.
You're coming out dancing and
I mean,
spraying the bottle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but if you know me, like I hate everybody. I hate going to public places. I hate
Oh man,
hanging out with people. Like when you first texted me,
yeah.
Or I was like, this guy's freaking me out. And I was like, let me ignore you for a little bit. Like I do apologize.
No, it's okay.
Once you verbally, like, physically introduce yourself to me, you were like, I'm Andy, and I'm like, and you pass me a card, and I'm like, I feel like an asshole. I remember talking to...
Because I should have sent you the picture first. Like, then I knew you. Because, I felt like maybe you kind of seen me at the shows.
You would have creeped me out. Because you came off very hardcore. Like, you were just like...
Oh, yeah, because we didn't have a guest at the time, too. And we were, like, trying to figure out where we were. Because we literally just started a few weeks... Like, we had this discussion that we wanted to do this podcast for a while. We had another venture that didn't really pan out. And then... we finally just got the microphones and we've got the software for everything. And we were like, oh man, we need some guests. And we were like you and like Wayward were like one of the first couple people we contacted, and Dave, Destruction.
Yeah. That was the thing. I actually, not to throw him under the bus, I contacted him immediately when you texted me. I was like, do you know Wrestling IQ? And I love David, and he was like, not so much. I'm like, well, this guy hit me up, and like, and he's like, oh, you meet Wrestling IQ? Oh, man, they got like 5 followers. You think they're real? So he thought like I legit meant like Wrestling IQ. Like he wanted to know like who Bobby the Brain Heenan was or something. Like that's probably the only thing he knows.
No,
but not to throw him there, but
But since then, I mean, we progressed quite a lot in just a couple. Like we've been doing this for over a month.
Okay.
And we already had Delroy, Nikos, Anthony Bowens. So we've had a really good Monster Mac, a really good stable of interviews. So, and now I'm sitting here with you, man.
I do apologize for that.
No, man.
I would have probably been one of the first couple of guests, but now I kind of...
You still are one of the first couple of guests.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You're still in our top 10.
Yeah, man. I go to the shows with 2 other friends, and they just love your character. Like you come out there, and they want to see you and CPA.
Yeah.
And they're not wrestling fans. They don't really care about anything else that happens. As long as you're there and CPA, that's worth like the $20 to them.
Definitely.
And one of them, like, he was like so happy because he took a picture with you and CPA that day, and he was on like cloud 9. He's like, these are my favorite wrestlers. I hope they make it. And I was like, yeah, me too, man. Like that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely pretty good. When we my first indie show. I know you will not know this at all, but my first indie show, when I first met up with Andrew, he was like, yeah, there's these indie shows, like you can go and you meet wrestlers and stuff like that. So it was like, we went to it. It was in Edison Hotel. Mm-hmm. So it was my first indie show. It was like the ring. The roof is like, I guess you guys had to reschedule. So the roof is like right above the ring. Nobody could jump off the top ropes. But I remember like we're walking around, meet and greets. And it's you and your partner, Suburban Outfitters. Yeah. And then you guys are there like, yo, guys, you want to buy this shirt? And my first purchase I ever made, I still have at home right now.
No way.
Suburban Outfitters t-shirt that I bought from you guys.
So we go way back?
We go way back, man. We go way back.
The funny thing, too, was I remember I went to a show, you were with him, Suburban Outfitters, and I went back to another one of those shows, and you were Habib, and I was like, what happened? And like it was like instantaneous. I'm like, what?
It came out of nowhere because the thing, like, I like Suburban Outfitters. I was like, oh, these guys are a good like tag team. And then it was just like out of nowhere, it's just like, hey, here's Habib. And I was like, wait, what is this? What's going on right now?
Honestly, he is still my tag team partner. I wish I can elaborate on like he's going through some like he got into a car accident at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and like. I don't know, ever since then, he kind of went through some, like, psychological problems. And, like, that's all I can really end with. And, he's the one that got me into, like, New Japan and, like, Pro Wrestling Noah, All Japan, all those, DDT, all those promotions on the other side. It's like, I never, and then, like, even, like, the European promotions, like, World of Sport and stuff. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know there was so much wrestling here. Like, he got me going to independence. Like, going to JPW, ROH, I was at Evolve's first show, I was at Daniel Bryan's last ROH match, it's it's kind of like, whoa, for me. So
that's kind of funny. We probably bumped into each other at JPW.
Most likely, right? Honestly,
because I was at a lot of those shows.
10, I mean, I haven't been going for 10 years, but I mean, I started going maybe like 2009. Okay. So I feel like it's like, you ever seen Lost?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite shows.
Like, you know how, like, they got off the island and they would see some people. It's kind of like that for me.
That's still one of my favorite shows of all time.
I mean, I loved it, actually. I'm waiting for my wife to come here so I can rewatch it with her.
I'll come over too.
See, that's the hardcore creepiness he was talking
about. Come on, man, Jack and Locke.
Oh man,
Locke was my favorite character.
Did you know? Like, no, spoiler alert. I mean, have you guys seen it?
Lost? No, sorry. Go ahead.
So, like the coolest thing to me is Jack wakes up in the beginning of the show, and then Jack closes his eye.
Yeah, right?
At the end of the show. At the end of the show. Yeah. So the whole series is like in between.
Dream.
I think it's weird.
I thought they were all dead.
That's one
theory I saw.
The theory is that they're not dead; they're stuck somewhere.
Still, yeah,
forever.
Yeah, remember the first season with like the smoke and the boar.
Yeah,
the polar bear,
and then the polar bears. I didn't understand any of that.
Neither did I.
The polar bears like appeared
and the others.
The others. Which was them? Yeah, we just ruined the whole show. I know, right?
Don't watch it now. No, if you should,
they were lost. They like weren't on drugs. They were lost. You're sure?
And remember the button he had to hit the same numbers every hour. I
God! Remember the numbers 48, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Oh, that was a lottery ticket.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
that's funny.
Hurley was my man too.
Yeah,
and oh man,
do you guys listen to Weezer?
Yeah, I used to.
They had an album called Hurley.
Oh
that
yeah,
was kind of cool. I think that album was dope too. I haven't heard it yet.
Nice. Oh man.
Yeah, Hurley was the man.
So add that to the to-do list to watch Lost.
Yeah, watch Lost.
That's funny.
I mean, it kind of like drags, but it's okay. Like I would, like some episodes I would probably avoid, but then again, you don't want to. You would have to know which episodes.
Where do you rank Lost in your hierarchy of shows? Like, what's your Mount Rushmore of shows?
Considering that Lost was like one of the first few shows that came out when reality TV was like first coming out, so that's like up there. It's up with Malcolm in the middle and like
Breaking Bad.
No, just Malcolm. And there was another one. I just slipped my tongue. The Office.
Office is good too.
Office is great.
Yeah,
Office is great.
Yeah.
I used to love like Thursday nights. I never missed an episode of Lost.
Did you ever watch any of like the British ones?
I did, but like I hate British humor.
It's kind of hard to to get
and I have
into
English
it.
cousins, so like I'm like, you guys are not funny. Like stop, leave it entertaining to me.
That's funny. That's hilarious. So when you first transitioned into Habib, did you think like that you would get like such a huge reaction from the fans?
Not at all.
Because right now, seriously, like literally, you and CPA are probably get the most pops from every time we go there.
Everybody keeps reminding us, like, and we're like the two most like awkward people ever. Yeah. Like calling that last match with CPA, I love the kid to death, but like when he found out he was winning, like we never know who's winning,
Yeah.
So when he found out he was winning, it's like I was like, so all right. We had a finish planned from, because he thought I was winning, but I was like, look, we should still have one for you. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, he was like, well, we'll do this, then we'll do that, we'll do that. It kept switching, and he's like so indecisive, and then and me over here just freaking out, I mean, why do people like us? Like, we can't even come up with a match right now. But people love the match, I think it set the pace, especially being opener. I love being the opener.
Yeah.
Really?
And that was the first opening match I lost too.
Yeah.
And, honestly, the transition was, I knew I was going to be a star. I just didn't think it was going to be this quickly.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm trying to work hard and get there,
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself as a champion, I don't.
Yeah.
People consider me as a champion. They say I do, I'm former champion. I'm like, of what? Like, it doesn't even matter anymore,
Yeah.
Like, I want to grab, the title in Wrestlepro, but it's like, even though it's like, I don't need the title. Like, like not to shoot on anything. It's like, no matter what I'm doing, the crowd loves me. And like, like I'm messing up half the time, and they're still cheering. And it's like, you know, like Macintosh will always get under my skin, like, you fucking suck. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, like Bobby was like, you fucking suck. I'm like, yeah, you guys, you know. And then they beat me up for it, you know. And it's like, all right, guys, stop. Like, Bobby's like beating the shit out of me, and it's like, I'm trying to get better, and like no matter how much like other people are telling me, you know, you're over, and like in my mind, it's like I'm really not that over, and I love Bobby and Macintosh for that. They're like reminding me, like you suck, dude. You know, I'm not as good as as people think I am. Let's just say I'm just awkward at right moments.
Nice.
And like I got a crowd appeal. You know, I was a breakdancer, and you know I used to breakdance in front of my high school, so I don't have that stage fright, and I just awkwardly shake regardless. So, so no one can tell if I'm nervous or if I'm just standing there.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
So it's kind of like you and CPA. That's like your characters are actually like part of you, like kind of like that's really how like you guys are.
It's just we're being molded into professionals now.
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
And like it was unprofessional me saying I don't need the title because I want the title. I want that title. Bobby, I'm coming for you. No, probably not.
I think you could beat him.
No, even I don't think Bobby would allow that.
That's funny.
He doesn't even want to wrestle me. I'm like, dude, I think we could make a great match. You know, like I've always watched like Three Ninjas growing up. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the one movie I still watch. When, you know, like I feel like it's once a year, but like you know, it could be once every couple of years. But still, those three movies. I mean, I didn't really watch the fourth one. I don't care about Hulk Hogan.
What do you mean, brother?
Regardless.
Yeah, right.
Was I not allowed to say that? Is it copyright or something? But like you know. So I've always wanted to have, like, you know, Jackie Chan was like one of my favorite actors. Like, if wrestling doesn't work out, I want to be a stunt double or something, you know.
Nice.
And like,
did you enjoy the tuxedo?
And yeah, actually,
I like
Jennifer
that
Love
too.
Hewitt.
Yeah,
that was good. My wife has said that.
That was such a good movie too.
That's funny.
Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah,
that was alright.
Nice. So yeah, because I mean, you and CPA, like, do you think you guys probably be like put together? I mean, you guys kind of sort of not our tag team.
You guys have done it before.
You think
we're friends?
You think they'll put you guys like you guys will be together as a tag team in the future?
I mean, we already are. If you think,
yeah.
I mean, but we haven't like really panned out on it. He doesn't want to. You know what it is? He doesn't want to cheat on Kip Stevens.
Yeah, from Creative Pop.
Yeah. I mean, I think he also trained other places and as well. But he's been around for a while. He's a great guy. I mean, he's hilarious. And like. There was a show we did in Cresco for Wrestlepro, and it was a 6-way. It was me, him, Sanjay. I almost said his real name. Leather.
Leatherman?
Yeah.
Giant Leather?
Payne, and there was one more person, Nikos Ricos.
Okay.
Nikos.
And what were we talking about?
Oh, you guys teaming up with CPA?
Yeah.
Oh no, Kip. So Kip and I were supposed to go for a dive, and I kind of cut him off, and I was like, "That was my heel turn, guys." I'm never gonna turn heel, but you know, in my mind, I was like, "Yo, what's up?" You know, I turned heel, and then like I think that's that like animosity between like us three like dorks, you can say.
That's funny, man.
You don't want to turn heel?
I mean, I don't think I can. I'm too quirky. Like maybe like you know. I don't know. I don't think I could. You know, I'm too flashy. I'm too quirky. I'm too like. People want to laugh at me. You know, they don't want to boo me.
Yeah.
Unless if I became like some like you know, anti-Donald Trump nonsense and wrestled in like predominantly white area and then Hassan.
That's hilarious.
That's the only way I could turn heel.
You might get cheered some places.
I might get shot in that face.
Seriously.
What's it like? You know, you said you went to all the JP shows. What was it like? You know, seeing Moff and now like training under him and working with him and everything.
Honestly, first day of training, you know, I walked in and Mo was there, and like I shook his hand, but I was like in the awe. I was like, "Oh, Sexton!" Like it was like, "Yo, it's outside Players Club." I mean, I was just like, "Oh man, it was cool." It was, and then Dan Moff showing up, and then. It's just really cool, like, because I've seen, like, you know, the Carinos before. I've seen, you know, Buck. I've seen Matthews. majority of these guys, and like, it's like some of these kids that started training with us, I don't think they understand how spoiled we are.
Yeah.
Like, going to the indie shows when I was younger, you were the only person there. I'm not trying to shoot on any of the shows. Like, you can barely get a crowd of like 50, 60, like, 100, 200, 300. I've seen thousands, like 2,000,
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. And like, I think some people take that for granted. And
when we were at the Hardy one, we were sitting there, we were guessing like how many people there had to be. I was thinking like there's 1,000 people there, probably.
Is more than 1,000.
Yeah.
It's close to 15.
Yeah.
And like that just gears you for like the big level,
Yeah.
And on that note, like wrestling these little shows also help. They help a lot because you can mess up and you can make it look genuine and you can make it look like you planned it.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I like to, like, I'm not a wrestler. Do I look like you? All three of you guys could probably beat the crap out of me.
No, we couldn't.
You probably could. I mean, I may be faster. I'd probably run before you can even put a hand on me. But once you guys catch me, like, the door's probably locked. You probably have the dog bite me and shit.
Yeah, he's a kisser.
So it's like, I try to, like, not give that vibe like I planned this, So wrestling in front of these large shows, it's like, whoa, it like freaks me the hell out. And then like, this, I don't know. It's just I just want people to realize like, what you're doing. You're wrestling in front of a lot of people. You try to like make yourself look like a real fight. Try to make you're fighting. You're not playing. Like, I don't like that play nonsense. Like, that's where it's. I mean, I understand if you like, whatever the case may be. Like, there could be some times where because shit can happen. You gotta play around for a couple seconds to get kind of get your gears rolling. But it's just, I don't know. I'm very big on wrestling now. Like, I don't even like watching it anymore. Like, I mean, I'll watch it. I watch a lot of old stuff. Especially, like, I haven't watched, like, even though, like, AJ Styles is one of my favorite wrestlers, hands down. And especially now, before, but I haven't watched any of his matches. And I like, feel like shit. Like, it's like, I really want to watch him, but, like, I haven't, like, I got so, like, worked up and trying to figure myself out and trying to watch older stuff more and trying to, like, watch something different, I can always watch this later,
Yeah.
And I have the network. I'm probably never going to cancel it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you watch older stuff. How far back?
Try to. I mean,
How far back do you go?
There was, like, honestly, the older the better in my eyes.
Okay.
Honest, but, like, I'll try to go back to, like, late 80s, early 90s, just to see what they're doing. And I don't know, people can be like, what the fuck? I'll even go back further, World of Sport. I've just, one night, like, Macintosh, Bobby, and I just sat in the car and just chilled and watched, like, World of Sport for, like, 2-3 hours. And it was, like, the day before the last show, actually. Like, we were just trying to take ideas, pick it, and... I would like we watched that match from like 1965. It was like Sammy Lee and I don't remember who he was facing. Mick McManus, I think. Yeah. I'm not too sure. And that was like crazy. Like the dude did Sammy Lee. Like you guys should, if you're big wrestling fans, you guys should look into Sammy Lee. Like he was like. I don't want to like offend anybody or anything. He was like indie before indie. Like he did one leg slap. He did like stuff that meant something. You need some. It's all in my mind. It's all psychology, and I feel like people forget that. They try to like psychoanalyze what they're doing, and like in my mind, you guys asked about me being a heel, and I said it was I'm too flashy. Like. Anything that gets a reaction, like a yay, like, oh, that was pretty, like, why are you a heel then? You think of it, like, it's like logically, and the face should act like, unless if there's, completely different, like, you should know your character, and you should not worry about what moves you gotta do, and how to get your shit in. I hate when people say that, I just want to get my shit in. It's like, okay, like in my mind that makes me feel like I get to do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to get your shit in, I get to do nothing. I can try to get some things in, and like I don't know, I can I just want to get some stuff off my chest because I feel like no one's noticing me. I'm trying to work hard and I want to try to expand, and go other places and I'm trying. I don't really do a very good job at promoting myself though. so that's where I lack. I don't understand promotion. I don't understand I'm sharing things, but I guess I have to include some sort of character nonsense of trying to sell something.
Hey, no, when you were you say you watch a lot of older stuff, who's kind of the wrestler that sticks out to you that kind of motivated you to want to get into wrestling? Or is there anybody?
Hard. That's very hard. That's very hard. I mean, do you want to know my top 5 favorite wrestlers?
That's good. Yeah, what's your top 5?
Jeff Hardy is definitely one of them.
Really?
Styles,
he hates Jeff Hardy.
You really?
Yeah, I like Jeff Hardy, tag team Jeff Hardy. I don't like single Jeff Hardy by himself. To me, he's just a little sloppy.
I haven't really watched a lot of his newer stuff,
But no, even from 09, 08, when he came back, even some of his TNA stuff.
I thought him and Punk was dope,
Well, I think Orton was same too. Here because I think those guys to me they carry Jeff Hardy, especially CM Punk because he's just amazing. He can carry anybody to a good match.
So that would be number 3. By the way.
CM Punk.
Okay. And then I was always a big Undertaker fan. I hated him, but I also that made me love him more. And the same thing with Ric Flair. I hated him, and I was I never knew why I hated him. You know, Undertaker and Ric Flair.
I know why I hated him. Yeah, all the girls.
I mean, it's just he was just a great heel. Like my dad legit thinks everything is real. And I wish fans were more like him,
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he ever go to your shows?
He's been to he has glaucoma, so he really can't see.
Okay.
So and he has weak knees, so he. I'm afraid that he's gonna get, standing. But then I'm like, yo, I'll offer you, get. He's like, I can't even sit. He always makes excuses. He's like, my knees are gonna hurt. But he came to a fair show, which was free, ironically. And he showed up, and he was just like, oh, this was fun, And then this was the one and only time I think Buck has ever put me over. I mean, he's put me over countless times, probably on his podcast.
Yeah.
But this is in front of me at least, he put me over, and I was just like, ooh. Whoa, what he told my dad was just I should keep going. I want to run away. I want to go to Pakistan. I don't want to be in this country, especially with, my family's being legit, they're being the Donald Trump right now of America.
Yeah.
Mr. President, as he is now called. And, I just want to go away and I want to start a business. I'm thinking of a couple businesses, actually. I want to start a fabric company, and then it'll eventually branch off to my own clothing line, and I want to try to design gear as well.
Nice.
I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that's I'm already trying to work up things, and it's hard because my wife is over there, and she's she can't figure out what the fabric and everything. She sends some stuff to me, and she's she doesn't know how to do the business side, and it's it's I gotta go there, I want to start it, and then I don't know, but then after I heard Pat put me over to my dad, in my eyes I was just whoa, I should stop being a pussy and you just keep wrestling, I just gotta tweak my character, I'm still I'm just hurt in general because my wife's. I thought she would be here by now, and my shoulder is really banged up still from the first Wrestlepro show. I took a really nasty exploder from Mario and landed on my. It was all my fault. I freaked out, and I just kind of held on too long, and I landed on my shoulder. And it's fine, but it's I don't know, it just hurts, and I don't know if it's just because I'm just hurting, in general.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 2016 is just not my year.
2017 is around the corner, so that's coming at least.
Fresh start, man.
Yeah, that's it. Like to say. I was gonna ask, when you came in, you were saying that you started as a tag, like you were interested in becoming a wrestler as a tag team.
Yes.
And I mean, all the other guys we talked to were more interested in becoming just singles wrestlers, even Mac. So, what made you want to be a tag wrestler coming in?
I completely forgot to add these guys too, Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Big fan of theirs. So Christian and I used to think we were like, ironically, like I'm not trying to gloat or anything. When we first started, we wanted to call ourselves Stray Bullets.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too much along the lines of like Motor City Machine Guns. I don't want to because we were trying to be that fast pace, hipsters running around. But I remember like Bumper Racing. I forgot where he said it. I don't know. Like I just remember him saying like you can't go into this business alone. That's why I had my brother or something. Christian and I went to high school together.
Yeah.
We kind of went through thick and thin, like sleepless nights and like fighting bullshit. Regardless. So I was like, this is my tag team partner. I would rather. I want to see. I don't know how good I am. I still don't know how good I am. So I want to see how well I do as like a tag team wrestler before I go into sing. Because everybody you always get that down when you're under 5'5". I mean, I'm not 5'5". When you're under like 6 foot and like they're like you're too small. So everybody kept telling me I'm too small. So I was like, let me go as a tag team partner. He's a little larger than I am.
I never felt that way about you. Because you've had some major feuds, Matt McIntosh and like being the champion and stuff like that. And I always thought like maybe it's just because the crowd like always hypes you up, and I always feel like it's always like when you're in there, it's like a big field fight for me.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Like for me it is because like you had the 6-way title match when you won, and you broke out, and.
Those were fun, honestly. 6-ways are so fun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch too.
Especially if you have the right people in there with you.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Like, cause you just gotta, know, like I can go on, I don't even know a lot, but I feel like I like 6-ways. I like 6-man tags. Those are fun because you want to know what goes on.
Yeah.
Especially if it's done correctly. Oh man, it's just like the crowd really gets into it.
Yeah.
All I ever wanted to do was to capture people's imaginations.
Yeah. And it's funny because you teamed up with Rey Mysterio, but it's like when you he's a smaller guy too, but he always has that big feel fight to him.
Yeah.
No matter who he's facing, because he's the underdog. But he still has that chance that he could, even when he wrestles a big show.
He's huge though. He's bigger.
Oh yeah, now even back in the back of the day, still when he would wrestle like Eddie Guerrero, like Halloween Havoc,
Yeah.
Those matches to me just felt bigger sometimes than the main event.
I would never consider myself on the level of Rey Mysterio. He was such a professional. He was great. Like. I was freaking out. McIntosh was freaking out. Red's just chilling.
But he's always been in this position.
So I was like, what are we going to do? We didn't talk at all. Mm-hmm. That was the first time like I realized we can call a match in like, ample amount of time. Even if we don't, that's like, something where you learn, as like, whatever happens, because you may never know what could happen. That's what they keep telling us. You can never know what once you go out those curtains, just make sure that switch is turned on.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell everybody. Because my switch is always on. Because even when I'm alone, I'm talking to myself. Okay. I think cameras are around me. I feel like this is the Truman Show. But it's not. And my parents aren't rich, I guess. And I don't know. I tried, signing up to. I sent an email to the Pro Wrestling Sheets guy for TMZ. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I try to make it a heartwarming story, but I don't know. I probably, again, I can't promote myself. So I was trying to tell them, like, my wife's in Pakistan. I wrestle here. I'm capturing my American dream, and I just sent them a couple of YouTube links. But I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that or anything. So I'm just trying, patiently waiting. Maybe they can get back to me. We'll see what happens with that, because I don't feel like I belong like in a 9 to 5 schedule. I don't feel like I feel like I should be right there, in front of on TV. Yeah. Regardless of what I'm doing, I think I'm entertaining enough. I'm definitely not keeping up with the Kardashians, but
when you see guys like Anthony Bowens and Chris Payne getting their opportunities in NXT, have you thought about applying to NXT?
Realistically, I did.
Okay.
I applied as an administrative assistant. But, I just wanted to get my resume in there, and, like, I was like, I'm not...
It worked for Bischoff, right? You applied as a commentator in WCW, and then you made it to the top.
Yeah. I just figured, let me just show my professional side, see what happens. And, like, I don't know if I would ever apply. Like, I didn't want to do the tough enough thing, because I feel like I don't want, if I'm asking for something, I feel like, I wouldn't get it.
Okay.
I feel like if it's gonna come, it'll come. If not, I wouldn't mind just working the independents, working, especially like I see some people like
Monster Mac and Dan Moff.
Yeah. They're loving it, and like
Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana especially, like Sanjay Dutt,
Sanjay Dutt.
Mm-hmm. Like it's like they're having so much fun, and they have shooting jobs, and it's like, I don't know what they are. I don't even know if this is that probably wrestling is probably their shoot job,
Okay.
And it's just like it's just like I want to be on that level, but I still have a lot more to learn. First of all, I should probably quiet down a little. I'm probably talking a lot, but I got some things to take off my chest. I feel like no one's noticing me. I'm trying. Yeah. My dream match, bringing you guys, because you brought up CPA a couple times, and my dream match is us versus Best Friends, Yeah. And I think that would be the greatest match ever. Me versus Chucky T alone would be great, Yeah. But I hung out with Trent a couple times, He was booked around at the Shame Show. I was booked or something, and it was just cool. Like, I remember, like, he super kicked me outside once, and I bumped on concrete. And he picked me up, and I was super drunk, It's okay. And I was super young too. Now it's like I would never,
Yeah. Ooh.
So like, I really want to have a match with like.
Did you feel that the next day?
Oh, yeah. Along with other, bruises and whatnot, and like, I was just a bad day and a bad night in general.
Is there with all the like guys who I guess you say made it like that came through Wrestlepro? Is there anyone who you like got advice from, or that that just gave you like good advice that stuck with you or anything? Do you get a chance to talk with the guys like Ryback and all those guys who are around?
Hawkins was someone that would come by sometimes when I first started training,
mm-hmm.
and it was kind of cool because he would just randomly show up, and he was still contracted like way back when.
Yeah.
And it was just cool because it was just like when he knew my name, it was just like, whoa, and like he was teaching a lot of cool things like how to take crossbody, like he's taught me a couple things like like things that are sticking and it's stuck to me, and it's like it's that's pretty cool. And like Kenny Omega, he was like intrigued by my character as well, and he told me something that was very unique, and like I kind of started doing it now, and it was like it's so subtle too. Like I don't even want to say it because then it'll just ruin everything. But it's like he's like, when you're getting pinned, just kick your feet a little bit, just make it look like you want to kick out, even if you know it's a 3, just make it look like you're gonna kick out. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then like and he was like, that stuck to me, and like. And those Ryback, I didn't really have a chance to talk to. I threw out his garbage once, he was walking, around, and I was like, he was looking, and it was like the garbage was on the other side of the curtain, and I was like, I'll take it, that's about it.
And Flair was there too while you were there?
I didn't get a chance to speak to Flair, and I kind of regret that, but, when you I don't like to be, I hated it when someone would go see a show, like a concert, for example, and wear that band shirt,
Oh, yeah.
Got you.
And like in my mind, I don't want to come off too much as a fanboy,
Yeah.
It's just, in my mind, it's just like, I wouldn't want, I would rather have somebody talk to me, naturally, yeah, organically, than versus oh my God, and it's cool, when people do that. It's super cool, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. It's like instantly, it's like you're telling me things that a lot of other people have been telling me, and
sometimes I feel that way too.
Because
I'll go up to them and I'm sure they heard something like this or rendition or something. But I gotta be honest with you, a lot of the people they've brought in to Wrestlepro, superstar wise, have all been generally nice people. Like Cody Rhodes was fantastic. Who else? Booker T.
Booker T is so cool. Actually.
Booker T hugged me like he knew me his whole life. I was like, man, I don't even know you. And he's holding on to me. I'm like, you can let go now.
Jeff Jarrett is actually another cool guy.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett was.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy. I wrestled on a GFW show,
Yeah.
And it was a week after I came back from Pakistan too, and I was half jet lagged. And my first, it was a singles match with Sanjay, which was even cooler. That day was super cool for me. Wrestling is nothing but getting cooler for me. On TV, I can't really watch it. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. I'm working 40 hours and then trying to go to training twice a week, and then it gets tough and. I'm just a robot at this point, and I'm as soon as I fall, I know to get back up,
Okay.
And it's just even watching shows as a fan, it's just right after my match, I like to hang out and watch the show, whether it be behind, backstage or actually hey, let me hang out with the crowd for a second, I want to see what people are doing, not to sound completely religious, but inshallah one day I would want to be in WWE or even, New Japan or, even being a worker like Sanjay or Colt or even Buck and Kevin Matthews and stuff. And it's just great seeing, I'm, Creative Pro Academy in Rahway is such a great school. I know in Long Island, I haven't been there, but they have a bigger ring. If you look closer to New York, that's great too. If you guys don't want to train ever, but it's just you have so much knowledge, in between those two schools that you're not going home with a blank mind. You're going home. You should be writing notes. Really, I should be writing notes. But it's it's all trying to perfect your craft, you want to, no one just writes a song and then hopes it's okay. You write a song and you rewrite it and then you rewrite it and then you master it. And I don't know if that's how it works.
Unless you freestyle.
Yeah. How long have you been talking for? I forgot.
43 minutes.
Oh man, let's stop now. Unless if you guys have more questions.
You want to lay a beat down?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you
battle?
I want Derek to battle.
I don't freestyle. I don't know why they put this idea in your head, but I've never freestyled in my life.
I guess it's because you're.
It's because I'm the black guy here. That's why. Let's just say it. That's why. Yeah. But no, I don't rap.
Pat,
I don't do that.
Come on, Pat.
Yeah, but no, you wanna you say you freestyle. You wanna drop a freestyle for us?
Yeah, sure. I'll go a cappella if you want.
Yeah, we'll do a cappella freestyle.
We actually had a promo class a couple days ago, and I did a legit promo, and I sucked. I can't do promos for shit. And then then we went up the second time, and I was like, this first time was like we had a topic. The second time was like you can kind of choose a topic, or somebody throws a topic at you. You just got to talk for a little bit. Just get comfortable. And Pat was like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "Oh, freestyle." He was just like, I don't think he's ever heard me freestyle.
Yeah.
So I started going, and the thing is with me, I go in hard for like 3 bars, and then I just stop. And he was like, "That was great, but then you stopped." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." And then I tried again, and then he, I stopped again, and like it was almost like bittersweet, Yeah. Like if I had a rap album, it would be called "I Lost It" because that's what normally happens at the end of my And my rap name, I'm kind of torn. I want to choose my Tumblr name, which I won't say because I kind of keep that personal. I'll say it off the record, Okay. But again, I don't want to put my Tumblr name out there. That or Stan Garden would be my other choice. It's because. I would want it to be the whole name, which would be Pakistan Garden State.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But then I was like, nah, I'll just keep it as Stan Garden. So when people do ask, they're like, what does that mean? Pakistan Garden State. Because I want to be like, Stan, not like Eminem.
Yeah.
I think you got something. It's a new way to name porn stars too.
Yeah, maybe no, my wife will kill me if her and I ever did something, like a porn movie, we'll go with aliases. We wouldn't be showing our faces.
That's hilarious.
That's perfect.
That's hilarious. All right, so yeah, you wanna drop something for us real quick?
Sure. Okay. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous. We've been talking for 43 minutes. Is it 45 now?
46 now.
46.
Oh, man.
We've been talking for less than a quarter of an hour. Man, there's a lot of rain, fucking showers outside in the street. I am not a. Let me get that back. I had a story, but I lost it.
I lost it. There it is.
I lost it. There you go.
I gotta slow it down a bit. All right. Let's go for another couple bars. If it doesn't work, then I'm sorry, America. Here I am, sitting with my fellas. All I'm doing is just rapping a cappella. I've said this on a couple of podcasts. All I gotta do is make this fucking last. People think I'm silly, but I think I'm kinda dumb. But we're all just smart, and I'm just having fun. I don't even understand what I'm even saying. I don't even understand is the quote that I'm saying. Look at me, man, I'm not a joke, and I'm slaying, 'cause I got my sword on a broke, but I'm not even playing. You know what I do, man, I have the color blue tattooed on my arm, it's true. Anyway, look at me, man, I got a box of Dunkin' Donuts in front of me. I cannot be the loner. I don't even understand. All I wanna be is a stoner. I lost it. It's always trying to throw in the references.
It's coming soon. I lost it.
Yeah.
iTunes.
Look it up.
Anywhere you can download it. It's coming soon.
Stan Garden on iTunes.
So
Yes.
I had one other question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you had those vignettes where you were in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Did you send them over?
Yeah, I sent them via Facebook.
Okay.
Wow, you were legit in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Because you were deported.
I didn't think you were really in Pakistan.
I'm
You were arrested.
No. I'm a legit, American citizen. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and I was always trying to stay away from the stereotype. I didn't want to be that stereotype. Even I denied Habib when it was first given to me too, and I didn't want to do it. Then what happened was I wanted to go to Pakistan, and I was planning a trip. So they were like, "All right, perfect. We got a way to write you off now." They're like, "We're gonna deport you," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Then send us footage." I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And then we deported, and then I sent footage and whatnot, and people didn't understand if it was real or not.
Yeah.
And I think legit people think I'm not a citizen. And that's what kind of hurt me because that's my right they're taking from me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And like, I didn't want to be that stereotype, in wrestling. Now, I didn't want to be like, that's why I tried to be Hash Brown. I was just trying to be this American-born confused Daisy. Or I didn't know what I was doing, and then Habib apparently just popped up out of nowhere and became the third voice in my head, and I was like, hey. So let's make this work, buddy. And now I hate Habib. Basically, became the people I made fun of. That's all I have to say.
I think it's great, man. I think it's one of the standout characters. Definitely.
Everybody does,
Yeah,
right?
I know, right?
Everybody does. Whether you know it or not, man, you're definitely Wrestlepro. You're one of their stars, man.
Yeah, man.
When they need, every time a show is advertised, you always look at, you'll see, Wayward's defending the title. Dan Moff is slapping somebody up on wherever he's fighting. And what are Habib and what are CPA doing? Those for me at least, those are definitely like what I'm looking for sure.
I said this like a couple times. There was some bad characters and the other promotion. And I never felt that way about you or CPA.
Yeah.
CPA was actually his idea.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing about CPA. CPA is fucking intelligent. Like,
is he really a CPA?
I don't know. I never really got around to ask. I just thought his name was like Sippa or something like that. Moff calls him GPS.
You might cheer that next time. That's pretty good. Or GTS. No, I know he doesn't put anybody to sleep. I love when he gets like scared from like the top rope and he starts wobbling down. Like that's so funny.
Oh man! All right. Well, anybody else?
Wait, when you come out, no. I had it, and then
we lost it.
Yeah.
Things.
You got a show coming up.
The plug the Creator Pro Wrestling Academy in Long Island and Rahway. You can just come by, any Monday or Wednesday, just if you want, you can just talk to Pat Buck beforehand, let him know. I want to plug my Instagram, Habib from the Car Wash, plug my Twitter, which is #___brown. I want to plug my Facebook, facebook.com/AdamBrown789. Don't ask why. And, I just want to plug in a PWE, Pro Wrestling Explosion, this Friday, December 9th at Dunellen, New Jersey. I got Union, New Jersey, January 7th for Wrestlepro. And February 10th in Starland and February 11th in Brooklyn. And those are my only dates so far. I believe there may be a booking for me in North Carolina on the 14th of January, but I'm not too sure yet. Are
you going to Florida?
I don't know. I kind of want to run away. I've been stating this all throughout the podcast, and I don't. My goal was to run away next month, but like I want to do, these couple final bookings. But I haven't even talked to anybody about running away. I've been loosely just saying the idea. Like, I don't want to go to Pakistan in April because it's gonna be super hot there.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to go in March because I want to go to Florida and But if my wife's not here, it's like I'm gonna be super sad.
Yeah, true.
I'm already super sad. Our anniversary is coming up on Christmas, and I just want to cry. I am crying. I'm crying right now.
Don't cry, man.
No.
Anyway,
let's leave this on a good note.
Definitely.
CPA.
I love you all. I love CPA.
Habib, catch those guys at Wrestlepro.
Definitely.
Beat up everybody, right?
Get beat up.
Somehow you find the way to win.
Luck.
I mean, well, it's part of its skill, right?
Unintentionally.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, we thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you guys for having me.
Glad we can finally get you on. Let you talk.
Let me freestyle. Thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what I said. I apologize for any inconvenience I caused anybody by disrupting their sound waves.
It's all good. But yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll have you on soon. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you at the shows.
We got a rap battle the next time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That's my only. That's my only form of payment. You gotta give me a rap battle.
Got you.
Next podcast, better be that rap battle. All right.
That's funny. Well, everybody, make sure you subscribe to the page. Make sure you like, you share. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Wrestling IQ 101. Thanks for listening. We out.
Peace.